Today, through this video, I am going to teach you chemistry on the topic oxidation number. This is the topic comes under our first chapter of class 11th. That is some basic concepts of chemistry. I know that there are few other topics, but that topics I will tell you later. This is the most important and the simple topic in chemistry. So let's start. Oxidation number is the formal charge present on the species, or we can say it is a partial charge present on the atom while displacement. Here species means any kind of compound, substance or element. For example, I am taking HCl. We all know it is a hydrochloric acid, simple acid. When it displaces, what we get? We get H plus and Cl minus. So oxidation number for hydrogen is what? +1, and for chlorine is what? -1. The most important thing is what? Oxidation number can either be positive or be negative, and sometimes 0 also. Now there are some rules for finding the oxidation number. Oxidation number for alkali metals are always +1. Oxidation number for alkali earth metals are always +2. Oxidation number for the elements in the allotropic form, please note, in the allotropic form is always 0. For example, I am taking carbon. We all know diamond, graphite, fumaroles are the allotropic forms of carbon, and in each case the oxidation number of carbon should be considered as 0. Oxidation number for halides vary from -1 to +7, but there is an exception, that is fluorine. In the case of fluorine, oxidation number will never change, it always remain -1. Now this is the complete place. Please, if you want to make the notes, then please note it. Now I am moving towards the next point. Fifth point is what? Few elements show variable oxidation numbers, mostly transitional elements. I am saying mostly, not only transitional elements, mostly showing transitional elements. Oxidation number for hydrogen is generally +1, we all know, but in the case of hydride it is -1. For oxygen, O-, that is oxide, its oxidation number is what? -2. O single bond O, that is peroxide, -1. O2-, that is superoxide, -1/2. For oxidation number of oxygen should also be +1. It is the most rarest oxidation number, and it exists only in the one form, that is in the compound HO2F. Here I have made a structure. In this case, so among H and O is more electronegative, therefore it acquires -1 charge. But in this case, O and F is more electronegative, therefore here oxygen acquire +1 charge. This is the case in which the oxidation number of valency is what? +1. Now sulfur varies from -2 to +6. Nitrogen varies from -3 to +5. Now I am telling you the way to find the highest oxidation number. That is this. The highest range of oxidation number. That is, short trick is what? Group number -10. Suppose I am taking sulfur. Sulfur group number is what? 16. 16 - 10 is equals to +6. This is the highest oxidation number. Nitrogen, 15 - 10 is equals to +5, which is equals to highest oxidation number for nitrogen. This is the way to find oxidation number. Now earlier I have said that only or mostly transitional elements show variable valencies, variable oxidation number, but now I am saying that D and P block elements are showing variable oxidation number, and it is completely true. Now this is the complete place. If you want to make the note, then please note it. This is the range of oxidation number for the non-metals. Sulfur -2 to +6, phosphorus -3 to +5, chlorine -1 to +7, nitrogen -3 to +5, bromine -1 to +7. This is the most important in this topic. Please note down it and learn it. So because without of it we are not able to find the oxidation number. Please learn it, please note it. Now I am going to tell you the methods of finding the oxidation number. There are two methods for finding oxidation number, that are simple calculation and by structure method. For explaining it further, I am taking one example of H2S. We all know that H2 is what? It is a hydrogen sulfide gas. It is acidic in nature, that we all know. So in this case we have to find oxidation number of for what is sulfur. So let's consider as X. Okay, and plus 1 for the oxidation number for hydrogen, and as 2 is there, so plus 1 into 2 plus x is equals to 0. So 2 plus x is equals to 0, so x is equals to minus 2. This is the oxidation number for sulfur. And by structure method, you can see that I have already drawn the structure. In this case, we have to only count the number of bonds attached with the sulfur, and bonds are 1 and 2, and as sulfur is more electronegative, so it acquires the charge minus. Therefore, here in this case, its oxidation number comes with what? Minus 2. But I can say that this structure method is more appropriate for finding the oxidation number, because calculation method may be sometimes pretend to be wrong, but structure method always provide 100% correct answers. That I can show you. I am taking another example, chromium pentaoxide. In this case, we have to find the oxidation number for chromium. So let's consider as chromium as x. So x plus 5 into minus 2, as minus 2 is the oxidation number for oxygen mostly. So x minus 10 is equals to 0, x is equals to plus 10. But it is completely wrong, as the highest range of oxidation number for chlorine is what? Plus 6. But it is coming plus 10. And by through structure method, what it is coming? Let's see. This is the structure of chromium pentoxide. I have drawn, we can call it a butterfly structure. Now count the number of bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 bonds are attached to the chromium, and as oxygen is electronegative and chromium is electropositive, it acquires positive charge. Therefore, the oxidation number for chromium is what coming? Plus 6. Therefore, that's why I am saying that structure method is more appropriate than that of the calculation method. But it is not possible that we know each and every structure. Even me too also not know each and every structure. So there is a short trick for finding the oxidation number without the help of a structure, that I am going to tell you. I have taken the example of chromium pentoxide only. You can easily see that while calculation method, its oxidation numbers come as plus 10, but it is wrong. So what we are able to do? In this case, we assume that all 5 oxygens are oxidation number is minus 2, but in the structure what we notice? We notice that 2 peroxides are there. That means 4 oxygens, so oxidation number is minus 1. So simple. Let's reduce 1 peroxide from this. Then what we get? 8. Again it is coming greater, than reduce another peroxide and become 6. It's the correct answer. I am explaining you. You can understand much better with another example. Let's take the example of H2SO5. In this case, we have to find the oxidation number for sulfur. So let's consider x for sulfur only, and 2 into 1 plus x plus 5 into minus 2 is equals to 0. So 2 plus x minus 10 is equals to 0, x is equals to 10 minus 2, x is equals to plus 8. But it is completely wrong. That means according to this, the oxidation number of sulfur is what coming? Plus 10, plus 8, but it is completely wrong. We have noticed earlier also that the greatest range for the oxidation number of sulfur is what? Plus 6. So what is the trick? Let's consider the part that 1 peroxide is present in this case. If 1 peroxide, that means the total oxidation oxygen are present of minus 2 valency is what? 3. So take 2 into 1 plus x plus 3 into minus 2. In this case 3 हम लोग क्यों लिख रहे हैं, मैं हिंदी में भी एक बार बता दे रही हूँ. 3 हम लोग इसलिए लिख रहे हैं क्योंकि हमने इसमें एक एज्यूम कर लिया है कि इस कंपाउंड के अंदर एक पेरोक्साइड भी हमें मिल रही है, और एक पेरोक्साइड का मतलब है 2 ऑक्सीजन, मीन्स 2 ऑक्सीजन की वैलेंसी होनी चाहिए, ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर होगा -1. तो 2 ऑक्सीडेशन अगर ऑक्सीजन हम लोग कम करेंगे तो 5 में से 2 माइनस करो, 3 तो बचेगा, इसलिए हम लोग ने यहाँ पर 3 लिखा है. फिर 3 लिखेंगे, सो 2 प्लस एक्स माइनस 6 इज इक्वल्स टू 0, एक्स इज इक्वल्स टू 6 माइनस 2 इज इक्वल्स टू 4. सो ये हम लोग को आ गया. हमने क्या किया था? 2 माइनस किया था इसमें, याद है ना? 2 माइनस किया था, बट है तो 5, और 2 को हमने क्या एज्यूम किया था? प्लस 2 को हम लोग ने क्या एज्यूम किया था? पेरोक्साइड, दैट मीन्स +1. तो उस 2 को हम लोग इसमें ऐड कर देंगे, तो 6 4 प्लस 2 इज इक्वल्स टू +6, एंड दिस इज करेक्ट. This is the way to find the oxidation number without the help of a structure. Now in the structure method, I have also told that this is the structure of H2O5s, this is the structure of H2 SO5, H2SO5, and here you can easily count the number of bond attached with the sulfur, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. And in the case of sulfur and oxygen is more electronegative, therefore it acquires the charge positive, and by this way the valency, its oxidation number is coming what, +6. So this is the way. हम लोग का शॉर्ट ट्रिक क्या हुआ, जो भी ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर अगर ज़्यादा आ रहा है तो उसमें से दो ऑक्सीजन को मान लो कि वो परऑक्साइड है और उसको माइनस कर दो इसी से, बस आंसर आ जाएगा। सिंपल है, एकदम क्लियर है। तो अब मैं आपको बताती हूँ एक ये चीज़, मैंने आप लोगों को स्टार्टिंग में वीडियो की बोला था कि ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर किसी कंपाउंड्स का 0 भी होता है। अब मैं केसेस बताती हूँ। The first case I have explained you earlier in the beginning of the video, that in the allotropic form oxidation number is always 0. The next I am explaining here. Oxidation number for neutral elements or compounds should always be 0. That means जो भी neutral होता है उनका oxidation number हमेशा 0 होता है. For example, I am taking for example oxygen, hydrogen, bromine, ozone, ammonia, water. For explanation, I am taking ozone, that is O3. In this we have to find oxidation number of what? O. So let's consider O as x. So 3 is there, so 3 into x is equals to 0. So 3x is equals to 0. X is equals to what? 0. Therefore oxidation number is coming 0. And the another case is what? The element who's having the bond with itself only also always tells the oxidation number is 0. This is the third form. Now one more thing through which I am going to conclude my video, that with the anion or radical who is having the charge on it, in that case we are not putting the 0 at the last, we are putting the number of charge present in it, as in this compound we have put it. In this we have to find the oxidation number for nitrogen, so assume it x, then 3 into -2 is equals to -1. Why -1? Because the overall charge on this is -1, that's why we are putting. And now solve it further with the help of mathematical calculation. Now I hope that you understand much better, and if you have any kind of query then please confirm from me. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.